Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness. Gaining muscle is a slow process, so keep showing up. All right, a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. And if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would appreciate it so much, so thank you. Let's get over to the topic. Again, something I feel like needs to be said to a lot of people. They get these ideas that they're going to gain muscle faster, like I want fast results. And it's like, guys, I get it. Everyone wants fast results, but you have to live in the real world. You know, a lot of the people who you see who are big and jacked and strong, look, either one of three things have happened. Usually a combination of two of the three things have happened, right? They either got really great genetics, they're on stuff, or they have put in years and years of hard work. And I always tell guys, stop comparing yourself to people who put in 8, 9, 10, 15 years of work when you've only put in one, right? Because you're not going to be comparable to them, not even in terms of size, but muscle density, sometimes strength. You know, again, these are things that are improved over time. But muscle growth really high on the list. Guys don't understand how long it truly takes to build quality muscle. I'm not talking about getting boofy from bulking and putting on extra subcutaneous fat and intermuscular fat and all this stuff. I'm talking about actual real muscle growth, actual lean tissue, myofibrillar growth of your contractile proteins getting bigger. Takes a long time. Yeah, you can sometimes get some quick swelling, some quick pumps, some extra glycogen, even some extra intramuscular fat. You know, those things can happen quickly. They're not real muscle. They can also fade very, very quickly. Again, the same thing, guys. They think their gym pump is how they're going to be all the time. That's all temporary, guys. Gaining muscle is going to take a while. So here's what I would say. Accept that and keep showing up. You know, guys are in such a hurry. They always think they're going to find these shortcuts. And I'm like, guys, the only shortcuts are going to be drugs. And even then, it's still not always what people think it's going to be. Like we see that even in the gear groups, the guys talking about different substances. Oh, this one, it causes such slow growth. It's just almost not worth it. And they're literally talking about anabolics. But then everyone's like, yeah, but it's actual real muscle. It's actual real muscle. That's why it takes so long. But they're still talking about non-natty gains, still taking so long compared to the other stuff the guys are taking, which gives you oftentimes a lot more intermuscular water, some stuff that's not really true muscle growth. So there's your context there. That happens even in those circles and groups. So how do you think that spans over to natural gains? That's going to take you a while. But any way you break it down, either camp, it's going to take time, guys. And quality muscle, actual new, dense, hard, lean muscle growth is a slow process. And bulking faster is not going to fix it. Doing 35 extra sets of muscle group is not going to fix it. Crying about it, worrying about it, stressing about it's not going to fix it. Only thing that's going to fix it is time, consistency, hard work. Okay? And I remind guys of that. Get in and do the work. And everyone's like, well, I should try to do this to maximize growth with their training. But I'm like, well, how about you maximize your lifestyle? Because everyone does that too. They think that if they just add a bunch of extra sets or they optimize their volume. The thing I will tell guys, even with adding extra volume to your training beyond the first few sets, it comes at a price of recovery. So how about if you're not optimizing your lifestyle to go with that, you're still not going to gain extra muscle from doing those things. So if dudes want to gain more, I'm like, show up consistently. Don't miss workouts. Don't train yourself into the ground. And I'm not saying don't train hard. You should definitely train hard. Doing sets to failure stuff, fine. Ego lifting till you get hurt isn't. Doing endless sets till you have overuse issues and can't recover isn't. But get in and train hard. Do the work. Do enough to stimulate growth. And then think about that recovery, that downtime. Start off, focus on the long term. Time's going to pass anyway. Show up consistently. And if you focus on the rest of your lifestyle, your recovery, while putting in hard work, enough hard work to cause muscle growth, you're going to get there more effectively, really. right? Because it's about the long game, right? If you're getting hurt or you're overreaching to the point where you're having to take deloads, you're getting all sorts of inflammation, and that shouldn't happen just because you lift heavy. Look, guys, you guys have watched me at 48 do 500-pound squats. You don't see me crying about inflammation and all this stuff. So again, let's be clear. Oh, that's just going to happen if you train heavy or hard. No, that's not true. If you train silly, you do silly stuff, overuse issues, right? So train hard, train smart. Focus on your recovery, guys. So again, if guys want better gains, instead of focusing on the other stuff, why aren't you looking at quality nutrition? Right? You're getting healthy fats. I mean, I think guys overthink about protein. I don't need to say protein because I think this is not an issue. If you're not a vegan and you're eating animal source stuff, lean proteins at all, from meat and dairy and eggs, you're probably getting the protein. Most guys, that's not the problem. It really and truly isn't. So I'm not going to jump into that. I mean, it could be, but so if you're, trying to do all plant-based, it might be a problem, yeah. Otherwise, it's not. But are you getting enough carbohydrate? Are you getting enough healthy fats? Right? You getting your polyunsaturated fats in your diet from whole food sources. I'm not telling you drink a bunch of seed oils. I'm talking about, your nuts, maybe even some peanut butter, right? Some avocados, olives, healthy fats. Are you getting your healthy fats in? You getting enough fruits and vegetables? You getting all your antioxidants? You getting enough carbohydrates? Are you getting enough nice, healthy, clean carbohydrates to fuel your training, replenish your muscle glycogen, bring your cortisol levels down? Those healthy fats help with insulin sensitivity. You getting plenty of fiber, right? Are you getting the stuff into your diet that's going to facilitate recovery? You getting enough sleep? Doing all these things consistently. So training hard, but training smart. Eating well. Taking care of your body, getting enough sleep, not abusing yourself with, a bunch of silly stuff like drinking a bunch of alcohol or smoking too much pot, right? All these things are going to interfere with your gains, your recovery, all this stuff. So are you doing the stuff you need to do consistently? Okay? Are you doing it over prolonged periods of time? So this is part of what we mean by showing up. Right? Not just the weight room, it's are you showing up in these other aspects of your life? Gaining muscle is a slow process. And if you don't kind of watch these other things, you're going to make that process come to a screeching halt. It's going to go from slow to non-existent, real fast. So this is the stuff that guys need to be thinking about. Keep showing up at the gym, showing up with the nutrition, showing up with your rest, showing up with your healthy lifestyle. This is how you gain muscle, guys.